welcome back to Chasing Green Arrows. Today we will be reviewing and doing the player ratings for the Tottenham versus Arsenal game, the North London derby. Oh, when the Spurs go marching in. Oh, when the Spurs go marching in. You're done. What's up, man? How are you? Welcome back to Chasing Green Arrows, North London derby. Your initial thoughts?
I mean, it was a poor game. I thought we were poor. I thought in the first half we were poor. I thought we picked up very well in the second half. I thought we did decently. I mean, of course, the two goals that actually did go through, only two shots they had on target. I think that we were not as bad as people are making us sound at this moment in time. Yes, we had two shots on target, both very good finishes, and two guys who've been in good form. I think people need to pipe down about the Arteta out thing. I think that's just way over the top. It took Klopp 4 years to get his first trophy. It took him some time to figure his team out. This is the first full season Arteta has. We have to be realistic of our chances, and we already won the FA Cup last year. We've been doing okay. Yes, this is a problem. Yes, we have
you got to worry about getting relegated right now.
No, we won't get relegated for sure. I think we'll finish in the top half. I think we'll be okay. I think yes, the problem is like we had one bad month, and people are talking about relegation. I think it's not that bad. I think that we'll be okay. I think Arteta is smart enough to figure it out. The Arteta out banter is just out of this world. I cannot believe that people are just so intolerant these days. It's shocking.
But is that more out of the world, or is it? Someone told me before the season started, the Arteta is going to win the treble after the FA Cup. So is that more out of the world, or is this? I
fool around. I never realistically expected that. I expected us to be in the top four. I'm not gonna lie. I expected that we'd be doing a little bit better than we are for sure.
Bro, you expected Chelsea to be struggling. You expected Chelsea to finish.
I honestly think that Chelsea did a bit better than what I expected them. They gelled a little bit faster. I still think that it's a long season. There's 28 games left. I think that everyone's basing it off the past 3 games. Everyone's thinking it's going to be. We'll wait and see. I mean, maybe we've already hit a slump and we pick up from here. Maybe the likes of United, Chelsea, and stuff like that fall down from here. You never know, So I'm totally fine. It's just 3 bad games. I'm okay. We still beat United only 3 games back, 4 games back. So it's not terrible. We'll see how it goes. I'm not on that Arteta out wheel at all. I'm never going to be on that. I'm for sure not on it now. So I think we'll be okay. Yes, it was poor. Yes, we've been poor this month, but we'll see how it goes. I think we'll be okay.
So basically, you're saying there's no harm in losing to the greatest team of North London. There's no
no. I mean, of course, there's harm. This is the most shittiest team I've ever seen. It's just like a smash and grab bullshit kind of victory. Cheap tactics, unnecessary bullshit nonsense.
What?
I like a typical Mourinho smash and grab victory.
You got outplayed start to finish. You got outplayed start to finish. Go home, son. I know you're home already, but go home, son.
I honestly don't think we got outplayed start to finish. I thought in the second half we were better.
I thought we were better.
Yes, we have a creativity issue.
You guys did the same thing. You guys spammed 44 crosses, bro. To who? To Lacazette and Oba. Bro, these guys have scored 3 and 4 headed goals in their entire careers. And you got Eric Dyer and Toby Alderweireld next to them. You want Laka? Laka's my height. Laka's 5'9". Are you stupid? Are you dumb? You guys are crossing. Bro, it's like the time when United put in 82 crosses. What did that result in? Nothing.
Well, that's still half of what you guys did. So, I mean, at least we're smarter than you guys.
But Don, just one question on that before we move on to the player ratings. There's one question on that is that, yes, you guys had more possession. I even saw that. I also agree with you. Second half was better. But don't you think that was part of Mourinho's plan? Like, it was to score those couple of goals that he didn't need to extra attack and get you back into the game. So it was smart on his behalf as well.
I mean, I agree. Like that's exactly what you expect from Mourinho. Once he scores, he's gonna shut shop and he's gonna chill. He's not gonna try too much and everything. And that's what he did. I mean, that's exactly what you expect from Mourinho. What we should have done is we should have probably been a little bit better in trying to stop that Son, not give him that much space. But let's be honest. I mean, you score those kind of worldies once in a while. It's not gonna happen every game. So I mean, it was still far away. I mean, yes, Rob Holding should have done a little bit better for sure. But I think it was. I mean, anyone's gonna back off in that spot. Good finish, good on him.
And that's you're right about that.
Yeah, Gabriel should have also done a little bit better for the Harry Kane one, but that finish also. I mean, no one can really do anything about that finish. That was just such a solid shot. I mean, and then after that, it was a bullet. I mean, after that, It's just a matter of trying on our end, and these guys are, I mean, structurally very, very strong. So I mean, Arsenal, if they had to defend a 2-goal lead, they would have been structurally strong as well. But they didn't have that. They had to go for the game.
I disagree. I think that if Arsenal had to defend a 2-goal lead, they wouldn't be as successful as doing so because they lack a character in central midfield in their team that really drives them and holds them together. And Spurs have that right now in Højbjerg. I think one of the most important players on Spurs is Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Yes, of course, Harry Kane, him and Son. Everybody knows about that, but this guy right here in central midfield, he's the man who's holding it down. I think he's Mourinho's favorite player. He's the guy that's really giving the Spurs team its like identity, its steel, its backbone. And I think Arsenal's really missing that right now in terms of anybody on your team. I don't think there's anybody on your team right now that is fulfilling that sort of role.
Yeah, unsung hero basically. I think ideally they want Thomas Partey to play that role, but also I feel they don't have somebody like a Son or someone like that who can create as well. And even Harry Kane, we've seen him come deep and create. So that's the problem I have with Aubameyang as well. Yes, he's not getting the service, but he's not being creative enough as well. Like he can do things like, Kane is coming into the midfield. We don't see Aubameyang do that and make space for the other players like Lacazette. So I think there's some issues there. But Zo, I can start off with you for the player ratings if you're good with that.
For sure, man.
So Hugo Lloris in goal. This is the third clean sheet in a row that I can think of. I mean, the last 3 games has been clean sheets. So another clean sheet, not much to do, but a good save with that Lacazette header. So you're rating for Lloris.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say a good evening. And shout out my man Unai Emery. All these Arsenal man chatting shit about Emery. Look at them now with their Arteta out banter. But that being said, I thought Lloris had a good game, man. He didn't have much to do, but the 2 saves he made, especially one of those, bro, those were crucial, man. Just really kept Tottenham in the game. Obviously, like Donnie said, second half Arsenal stepped it up. They were putting a lot of balls into the box, but Lloris commands his box well. He's a solid goalkeeper. I've said this before. I don't think he's like elite, but he's damn good, man. And you know what? He brought it, man. He brought it today. His distribution could have been a little bit more effective. Maybe giving Tottenham a bit more of an out ball from the back. Hit Arsenal on the counter. So maybe that's something that you could put down as a negative. But overall, man, really good performance. I got him at 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10 for Lloris. Yeah, I think fair enough. And then moving on to Aurier, the man who's changed his own perspective, like everyone's perception about him. He's just killing it these days. Another clean sheet and a really good performance. Your thoughts on his performance and his rating?
Bro, I love this game, man. I love this guy's game. I love how he stepped it up, man. This guy was one of those players that looked like he was on his way out. Just you knew the ability was there, but in terms of just that getting the results on the pitch, it wasn't happening. There wasn't the consistency. There wasn't whether it was mental lapses in concentration or whatever it was. But man, this game, he brought it, bro. He came ready. He came ready to put up a fight. He was bringing the ball forward. He wasn't scared of nobody on the Arsenal team, and he was locked in defensively the entire game, bro. That little header he had to get in front of Lacazette, bro, that was beautiful. Just the most delicate of touches, I thought he was brilliant, bro. 7.5 out of 10.
7.5 out of 10. And I don't know I think you mentioned it, but the last ditch tackle for the first goal, I think, when you intercepted the ball and gave that pass for the counter attack.
Oh yeah, sorry, that's what I actually didn't mention that.
Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, but I just noticed that I rewatched the game again, and I just noticed that specifically. That was also kind of a big play.
Bro, he's been killing it. He's been killing it.
Yeah. So you said 7.5, or?
I said 7.5. Yeah.
7 out of 10 for Aurier, and yeah, man. I think even Don would take him instead of Bellerin in his team. But moving on.
Not for a second.
But moving on. Toby Alderweireld, man, he's back, coming back from injury. Very good performance, clean sheet. He kept the likes of Aubameyang quiet. So your thoughts on his performance?
Bro, honestly, you know what? This guy had the 20 million pound or euro release clause, and I really wish United picked him up. I really, really wish United picked him up because I love this guy, bro. I love this guy as a defender. I love this partnership with Vertonghen. Him and Vertonghen were one of the best center-back partnerships of recent years, and I thought he brought his A game today, bro. Homie was comfortable, really no issues, comfortable in the air, was winning his aerial duels. Mad recoveries, mad interceptions, just handled his business. Didn't really look like he was in trouble at any point in time. Solid performance. Again, for me, these guys, 7.5 out of 10.
7.5 out of 10 for Alderweireld. And Eric Dyer, man, again, really good performance. Your thoughts?
Bro, I think Dyer's really settling into the center back role, and him playing next to Alderweireld is what's clutch for these guys. He was immense at the back, cleared and just headed anything away that Arsenal was spamming in. Gave their forwards a tough time. Really locked down that back line, and that partnership. And I really do think that partnership he's developing with Alderweireld is gonna get stronger and stronger, and it's really gonna help him shine as a player. So again, for me, he's another 7.5. I just find that these three guys kind of all played a really good game. They, maybe was there more that could have been done? I don't know, but I think that they had a clear game plan and they stuck to it really, really well. So yeah, I've got him at a 7.5 as well.
7.5 for Dyer. And Reguilon, his performance.
So I actually thought Reguilon was kind of the weakest of the defenders for me. I thought he kind of gave the ball away a lot. But man, I love his energy. This guy's, man, he's just Speedy Gonzalez, boys. He's got that Jets on all the time, and every time he bursts forward, he's always looking to create problems, man. Every time he bursts forward, I saw, man, Arsenal defense, man, they looking shaky, they looking scared at this guy, bro. This guy's not scared of nothing. I like him, bro, but I had to take points from him today. So 6.5.
6.5. And would you like to see him go forward a bit more, like especially in the derby, he could have gone a bit more? Do you feel, and created a bit more chances, or are you just sticking to the plan?
I think that his natural game is that he goes forward a lot. I think his natural game is that he does really offer a lot in terms of attacking threat for a fullback. I think maybe he might have had instructions in this game. Maybe it could have been the way that Arsenal set up with the three at the back.
Yeah.
So with that three at the back, it creates a little bit less space for the fullbacks to run into. You get two players there instead of one. So maybe that limited his effectiveness a little bit. So that's maybe some of the reasons why he wasn't as like he didn't have as much of an impact as he usually does, but I still thought he was good.
Yep, fair enough. And then moving on to the man of the match, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. I think you already talked about him. Unbelievable display. He's a typical Mourinho player. Shut down that Arsenal attack.
Bro, this is the guy that Arsenal fans wanted Xhaka to be.
Yeah.
This is the guy that Arsenal fans want the Xhaka to be, bro. This guy is a man amongst men, bro, a lion. Bro, he's running that midfield, bro. He's got control, he's got command, he's leading, bro. He's not scared of nobody, and these Arsenal men had nothing for him. I think he controlled that midfield. He gave them, what's good is that he's combative, but he also gives a good passing option. He gives you a good outlet as well. It's not like he's technically unskilled. I thought, man, he did everything that he could for this team, and he really embodies the spirit of this Mourinho Tottenham team. I'm at an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10, man. I would have given him 10, but I think you're fair in that thing. But it's just unbelievable. I think he's standing out right now in the Spurs team, and I think you got all the points right about that. And then Moussa Sissoko, he comes back quite a bit. He's helping the right back as well, Aurier. So he's doing a decent job defensively, putting the work in.
Bro, that's it, man. Sissoko, the people hate on Sissoko, and I've hated on Sissoko because it's like he'll get himself into good positions. He'll get the ball, he'll do the hard work, but then when he brings it forward, he doesn't really know what to do with it sometimes. So he'll look confused, he'll look lost, and it kind of like almost you get that be like, bro, you could just be a little bit more and you'd be crazy.
Yeah.
But you're not, and you're just kind of frustrating at times. But I think when Moussa Sissoko was given a concrete game plan and be like, bro, this is what you're gonna do today, and you play to his strengths, which is what I think Mourinho is doing, playing to his strengths, and especially playing him alongside someone like Højbjerg that can clear up his mistakes. I think Sissoko gives you a good passing outlet from midfield. I think he does drive forward well, and I think with the way that the Spurs attack is set up, it takes the responsibility off him to really do something in the final third. He can just bring it up and lay it off to Harry Kane and be like, all right, bro, you do your thing. I did my job. I brought it to you. I had him at the lesser out of the two midfield, so 7 out of 10, but still a good performance.
Yeah, 7 out of 10 for Sissoko.
7 out of 10 Sissoko.
Yeah, and then moving on to Lo Celso, he drifted in and out of the game, but he did start counters here and there, some really, really nice passes. But your overall thought on his performance?
Bro, for me, Lo Celso, honestly, I thought he was kind of like the weakest player out there for Spurs today. It wasn't his. It wasn't his type of game, man. Like Spurs had a very specific game plan in place. They were gonna, sit back deep, hit back on the counter. That sort of strategy doesn't really, yield too much opportunity for players like Giovanni Lo Celso that thrive being on the ball in that creative role. They want the ball at their feet. They want to be driving forward. When you're not playing that game plan, it's hard to get involved in. And you kind of saw he had very few touches. It didn't really do much when he had the ball either. Gave it away a few times as well. So for me, I gave him a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10 for Lo Celso. And Bergwijn?
So for Steven Bergwijn, bro, this guy putting in work, man. This is guy this is an attacking player, but I think this is a guy who really understands game plan and instructions. And he had a job to do, and he shut down that Arsenal flank. He really played well defensively. He didn't get forward as much as he would like to. He's a really good attacking player, and I know that someone like him would be would obviously prefer to be making those runs upfield and doing damage there. But I think he did a really good job in terms of Arsenal's shape and how they lined up. So I gave him a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10 for Bergwijn. Yeah, really good points. And the next guy, I'll show you.
Hey.
The wonder goal, man. Goal of the season. Done. I kept this for you, man. I get this for you. But yeah, Sonny, man, wonderful goal, unbelievable finish. That run was amazing. I mean, I'm running out of words. I checked this, bro. Unbelievable. What a guy. This guy is turning out to be a legend, man, like a Tottenham legend.
Bro, that Harry Kane Sonaldo connection is insane, bro. You saw Harry Kane, he got the ball. Literally, I know you can't see my feet, but literally he gets it, and then you just see Son just sprinting, and Harry Kane's gonna find him. And then I just honestly, I was watching the play and I'm like, this is a manageable situation. Like Arsenal has defenders, they have numbers. This is yeah, it's a threat, but this can be handled. And bro, then he just I just watched that goal and I was like, yeah, bro, yeah, good luck with that. Just take the day off, son.
Yeah, and they're just so clinical, man. It's like
so clinical.
It's like these are not 100% one-on-one chances. They're making these chances, and they're finishing them. It's unbelievable. Yeah, it's not like one-on-one with the goalie and they're scoring these. These are maybe 50-50 chances which they're converting, which is unbelievable.
100% agree with you, man. And then that assist to Harry Kane, just that telepathic communication, just to know that what the run's gonna be there, and that little. Just tap it forward. I thought he was wonderful today, man. 9 out of 10. 9
out of 10 for Sonaldo. I mean, yeah, I agree with that. He was outstanding, and this guy is gonna turn into a Spurs legend for sure. And then moving on to the greatest striker in the Premier League right now, in my opinion, he just to give you some facts, he's now the highest scorer in a North London derby. No one scored more goals than him in a North London derby. I don't think even Henry, the guy who's an Arsenal legend, I don't think he scored as many goals as Harry Kane. But yeah, your thoughts on him, man? Just unbelievable, putting the work in. And another fact, which is a bit more not interesting, but it's kind of I got surprised hearing this. He had more headers in his own box and more touches in his own box, and he had only two touches in the Arsenal box, and he scored with one of them. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. This guy, bro, today, not today, but bro, he was killer. That first pass to Son, beautiful. Just picturesque. And then just putting in the work all over the field, man, all over the field. Like you said, popping up defensively, clearing the ball, headers, putting in the work within the midfield. Really, bro, this guy's playing for the team. This guy's playing everywhere. And, people need to, I'm not saying that he's underrated, but he definitely needs to be more rated than he is right now, because this man is on track to become a legend. If he keeps going the way that he is, scoring at the rate that he is, assisting at the rate that he is now, with his overall game improving, bro, this guy's going to go as an all-time great. If this is the consistency that we're going to see going forward in terms of what he's producing, bro, unbelievable. Yeah, man, but crazy game. For me, him and Son are the best partnership in the Premiership right now. There is no attacking force that stacks up, including Liverpool's vaunted front three. I think that these guys are better. So for me, Harry Kane today, 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10 for Harry Kane. And just to quickly mention, you mentioned about when you're talking about Son, you were mentioning that pass he gave to Harry Kane. But Harry Kane's presence of mind of making that run really quickly, you saw, I think, I forgot who the defender was. I think it was Holding was the defender. So he saw that like there's no one covering on the left side. There was no one there. So Harry Kane quickly moved and he went there and got the ball there. So just it's a 50-50. You have to make that call really quickly, and he's making those runs. I mean, you expect that from these footballers, but just really good to watch.
100%, man. You nailed it. It's just like you sometimes, when you're sitting at home, you can see it because you have the benefit of seeing it on the screen. You're like, oh, play it here. Yeah. But these guys are doing it real time, bro. There's defenders on you, top tier defenders on you. Yeah. And these guys are making these just sorts of beautiful decisions. It's poetry. It's poetry.
Yeah. Split decision making. I mean, like split second decision making. So you're going 9.5 and 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 for Harry Kane and 9 out of 10 for Son. So both nines, getting the highest scores, deservedly so. Maybe I would have given Højbjerg a 9 as well, but like fair enough. And then moving on, substitute Ben Davis for LaSalle. So a typical Mourinho substitution: get that midfielder out, bring that defender in.
Bro, I love it, bro. Why should we be guilty for being 2-0 up, bro? First of all, congrats to Mikel and his Arsenal team. Bro, classic Jose Shatazari. I loved it, man. I thought the subs of bringing on Davis and bringing on Rodon were essential. I thought they really, ate up time, threw more and more wrenches into Arsenal's work, trying to get the ball forward, and really just, just secured the bag, secured the 3 points for them, secured the 3 points for me. So, I loved it. He didn't have to do much. Give him a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
Yeah,
I think that wraps up. And just quickly, your man of the match from Tottenham. It has to be from Tottenham.
Okay, my man of the match bro. Man, I wanna say Kane, but I also really want to say Højbjerg. Can I do like a duel, or it has to be one guy?
I mean, you could, but just give one. Like, I mean, we know that they all.
I'll give it to Kane. I give it to Kane. Then I give it to Kane, bro, because of the pass to the Son, and then that finish. You know what? It made my heart sing.
Yeah, and Mourinho rating.
Bro,
as a manager, tactics.
I thought Mourinho was spot on, bro. His first half tactics, his team selection was perfect. Second half, yes, like Don's gonna say, 100% that Arsenal brought it and they really, were in their element. But Mourinho, like he had his team doing what he wanted them to do. I thought this was like an 8.5 Mourinho performance, bro.
8 out of 10.
Yeah, 8.5 out of 10.
8.5 out of 10 for Mourinho. Yeah, I think you're knocking it 1.5 off because it was Arsenal, not a big deal.
That's it, bro. It's a small club.
Small club. That wraps up Tottenham's play ratings. Don, what's up, baby? I'm coming to you now, man. Zo, hang in there. Don, you might have your revenge next week after the Manchester derby, but right now, I mean, there's quite a bit of explaining you need to do for Arsenal player ratings. Let's start with Leno in goal.
I thought he couldn't do much about the 2 goals. I think both the goals were very good finishes. Not a lot he could do. I still think that he could have done a little bit better in just terms of. I keep telling this. I think that his distribution is a little bit off. I think he has to work a little bit on that. Not much he could do for both the goals, but I think he needs to improve on the distribution side of things. I think he gives away the ball a little bit too easily. So 5.5 for him.
5.5. And just you don't need to knock points off for it, but like one thing I noticed was in the first goal he was really off his line. Like he could have been a bit he could have been a bit deeper and it could have been a save. But yes, I agree with you. Like maybe didn't expect Son to take the shot from there and stuff, but he probably could have been a bit back.
Yeah. I think you don't expect someone you don't expect someone to do what he did. It was a worldie. I mean, it was just such a beautiful goal.
Fair enough.
But at the same time, you have to cover your bases as well. Like a little bit critical on Rob Holding and
bro, come on, like you gotta close them out just a little bit. Like I know what you're saying, right? But like you gotta shut down a little bit of that space. You gave them like acres.
You would blame the defenders a bit more than the keeper in that.
Yeah, I agree. Yep.
Yeah, and okay, so you're going 5.5 out of 10 for Leno?
Yeah.
5.5 out of 10. And then Hector Bellerin, my first question is, why can't he take throw-ins, bro? What's the problem? What's the issue, man?
I don't
know. He has more throw-ins than Arsenal score goals like in the last few games or the season. Like he has like 5 foul throws, man.
I know. I don't know what it is. I honestly think that the throw-in thing is just some bullshit. I mean, if the ball is going in out with your hand, just get on with it. It's like he's not throwing it like into the goal. I don't understand the rule. I just don't
So you're
understand
blaming the rule.
Yeah, it's such a stupid rule. I just don't get it. It's just such a dumb rule.
Bro,
I mean, it's not
but Don,
like
I understand that, but like
Yeah, I agree, it's wrong.
he's the only guy who's having this problem. How can they change
it's
the rule
wrong.
for Bellerin?
No, I'm not saying you should change the rule. I think it's a stupid rule, but I think that Bellerin should shut up and get what needs to happen. And I'm blaming Bellerin too. I'm like, I mean, he's dumb to like to keep doing this all the time. But like, I mean, come on, Bellerin, just like put it above your head and just throw it in.
Yeah.
But the rule is stupid. Just the rule is stupid.
I don't think Zoe heard what you said like fully. I don't.
Wait, what do you say?
So I was talking about the throw-in, right? So he's saying it's a stupid rule. Who cares where he's throwing it, like how he throws it?
What do you mean, bro? Wait, you can't just change the rules.
Get over it.
You can't change these rules because you suck, bro. It doesn't work that way.
I knew Zoe didn't hear it. I knew Zoe didn't hear it. But
he has to put his hand above the head and just get on with it. But I just think that the game should be it's not like it's creating a pass that makes chance for a goal. It's just doing it in front of him. Just get on with it.
No. If you can swing it, or if you can, bro, are you dumb? It doesn't work that way. That's a dumb thing to complain about.
But yeah, Don, apart from the throw-ins, your thoughts on his performance?
I thought he was poor today. I thought he just had a bad game. He was found wanting at the end of in defensively a few times. I thought he was okay moving forward, but I think defensively the acres of space all the time. He should have done a lot better defensively. I'm going to give him a 5 or 10.
Especially that first goal, I think he should have really.
He was nowhere to be seen.
He wasn't aware of his surroundings, so that was a big issue. So you're going
very, very poor.
Yeah,
I'm going 5 or 10.
5 on 10. Okay, and then moving on to Rob Holding.
I thought Rob Holding was very good, apart from that Son incident. Like when Son scored the goal, he gave him just too much space. I thought he should have covered him a little bit better. But I honestly think that he didn't expect that kind of a goal to come through. But at the same time, you have to be critical of him. But I thought apart from that one goal, I thought he was good overall throughout the game. And I mean, of course, like I felt I kind of rewatched the highlights and I was like, I felt like the defenders didn't do too much wrong. Because Tottenham shut shop, they didn't really care about moving forward. They just worked on the defensive side of things. They kept their structure really strong. So you didn't see too many errors from the Arsenal defenders after that, because they were not put too much pressure in the second half on. So I thought whatever little they were put pressure on, I think Gabriel and Holding did okay in that front, but he should have done a lot better in trying to cover the space for Son. I think apart from that, just said that I really enjoyed his sorry about that, guys.
No worries.
I really enjoyed
I can hear the Spurs fans celebrating outside your house.
So I'm gonna give him a 5.5 out of 10.
5 out of 10. Don, just quickly, I wanted to ask you about that Son goal, right? Do you think it's actually? I felt that it was Bellerin's fault, because if you go watch it again, Bellerin, when he came back,
he doesn't want to watch it again.
He was. I mean, he was in that centre back position, and Holding was in two minds, because if he committed, then the wing would have been open and Reguilon would have been in. So it should have been Bellerin telling him, bro, listen, okay, don't worry, I got the ball, you go and get Reguilon, or I'll get Reguilon, you get the ball. So I think it was that was Bellerin's fault. So I actually feel Bellerin should have got a lesser rating because of that, because I felt that goal was more of his thing. If I don't know what you think about it.
I think that's fair. I think that's a good observation, actually. I guess we'll just stick with what I gave him, a 5 and 5.5. But I think that's a good observation, and that's why I'm finding it very hard to be critical of Rob Holding, because I thought he had a good game, apart from that one incident where he came obviously shown up.
Bro, listen, how much is Rob Holding paying you every week? Because you have been on this man every week. You have excuses for this.
I think we got him for 2 million, and he's significantly better than 80 million Harry Maguire. So
yeah. Talk to me from 14th, bro. I can't hear you.
Yeah. I know you won't be able to hear me now, but my time will come, bro.
But so Don, you're going 5.5 for Holding?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 5 for Bellerin, 5.5 for Holding, and then Gabriel?
I thought Gabriel similar to Holding. I thought, I mean, he's been an immense figure at the back for Arsenal. Yes, Arsenal haven't been winning a lot, but that's because we haven't been scoring goals. It's not really Gabriel's fault throughout that. I thought he could have done a little bit better in trying to like figure out that Harry Kane would probably make that run and then try to go for goal on that side. Just a little better there. I thought. Apart from that, I thought he was okay. 5.5 on 10 for him as well.
5.5 on 10 for Gabriel, and then Tierney.
I thought Tierney was Arsenal's player of the game. I thought defensively he was okay. Attacking wise, he put in some really strong crosses. I think he put some really good crosses in. Some decent plays attacking wise as well. But I mean, yes, and both the goals were not his fault at all. Like in the defensive side, and it was not towards from the left of Arsenal's defense. It was more towards the right. So it's more Bellerin at fault. I thought Tierney was good. I thought he tried as hard as he possibly could. I thought he had a very very good game. 7 on 10 for Tierney.
7 on 10 for Tierney. Okay,
that's the highest I'm giving anyone. So don't worry.
All right. Okay, and then moving on to Thomas Partey. I think he was like one of your best players in the first half. But just that incident where he got injured, right? Like I understand. Like I'm not making fun of him. He got injured. Like he wanted to come off. But don't you think at that time he should have just tried to do something, or like just stayed there instead of walking off the pitch? Because it might have not made a difference. But just it's a North London derby. You expect your players. Maybe someone didn't tell him the importance of this game, or I don't know what it is. But did you expect a bit more in that situation, or no?
I can't really blame him for walking off the pitch. Maybe it was a bad injury, because when he tried to run back in, he again pulled up and he wasn't able to. I'm a little bit critical of the medical staff to pass the late fitness test on him. I think that they should have. I didn't think that they did a good job of maybe assessing him enough, because he wasn't the party that we've seen. We know and seen of him. I think he was a little bit lackluster. A few misplaced passes as well. He did okay when called upon, but I think he could have done a lot better. Yes, he should have probably been around, but I think that you can't really say the.
Yeah, I mean that's a bit critical. Yeah, it's a bit critical. We don't know exactly the impact of the injury, but I think that's an excellent point what you said about the medical staff, because in Atletico Madrid, I don't think he never got injured. Like he played almost like every game. Even if he got injured, it wasn't that big. Like I think this is like his first major injury. I might be wrong, but that's what I read somewhere. And so I think it's very interesting. And we've seen Arsenal players in the past also have issues with injuries. So there's something wrong with that medical staff.
Bro, no, can you imagine going up to Simeone and telling him, bro, I need to come off, I'm injured? He'd knock you out right there, bro.
No, I think the medical staff, there's been a couple of changes. So this year they've been better. I think that will help, because there is Arsenal in the past have had issues in the medical staff. But I'm just being a little critical of passing him in on a late fitness. I think that they should maybe given him another week. Just I mean, yes, the importance of a North London derby is important, but something
that's what it is. That's what it is. I think because maybe Arteta was desperate to like get a result. So I think I'm like the fans also really wanted him to play. So I'm sure that's what it was. But you're rating for.
But I think I gave him a 5 on 10. I think he was a little bit poor, a lot of misplaced passes. I think I expected a little bit more from him.
Okay, 5 for Thomas Partey. And then Granit Xhaka, man, I think he was really poor, but what were your thoughts on his performance?
Yeah, I think scrappy football. I think he's just such a frustrating player to sometimes watch. I mean, I've seen that he can do some good, but at the same time, he's just so scrappy so often. I mean, even his unnecessary fouls here and there, just kind of sideward passes as well. He was not able to provide anything attacking wise. I thought it was poor performance. 4.5 for him.
4.5 for Granit Xhaka, and then Saka.
I thought Saka and Tierney, that combination on the left is starting to work nicely. I think that's the only positive from this game. Unfortunately, not a lot else that I could take off. Yeah. I think Saka also tried pretty hard. I think that they were with the few chances that they got. I think both of these guys were able to try and create something out of nothing every now and again. Not clinical enough from our attackers, and I'm going to be critical of them. So I thought Saka was okay. There was a couple of instances where I thought he could do a little bit better, but I think overall he was pretty good. 6.5 for him.
Yeah, spot on. I think he was your best player, but yeah, he did misuse a bit of the possession. He misplaced a few passes here and there, but I think he was like the more threatening of the players. I think he was your best player on the pitch. But so you said 6.5 out of 10?
Yeah.
6 out of 10 for Saka. And then Willian, new signing. Your thoughts on his performance?
I mean, Willian's just been so poor. I mean, he started off first couple of games he was decent. I think since then he's just completely gone off the radar. I don't know what it is. I don't know if he's just gotten too comfortable. I think because he knows that maybe Arteta likes him and he's expecting something from him. But I think scrapping him to the bench for a couple of games would not be a bad idea. I think just get his head sorted. He's been so poor. Just sideways passes, no real attacking threat at all. Very poor game, 4 and 10 for.
I think that if you guys drop Willian and switch to a back four, then it still allows you to replace Saka and Tierney at the same time. Because I think one of the reasons that Arteta wants to play 3 at the back is to fit in both Tierney and Saka into the team. And with respect, yeah, those guys are some of your brightest attacking talents. They're usually the best options for you in terms of creating chances. And with the way Willian's been playing, like you said, bro, drop the guy to the bench and let the man that want to play. And that way you'll be able to fit in Saka more naturally. You'll be, you won't have to be making these sorts of lopsided adjustments or whatever, what have you. And maybe give some of the other guys a chance, bro. Let Eddie Nketiah play, bro. I think this guy can ball.
Yeah.
So maybe you bench Laka and let Nketiah play. Can't be worse.
Yeah. I agree. I think that the couple things that I think Arteta needs to change and just give some of these bigger guys something to think about. I think that's probably the way I think that they can move forward from here.
Yeah, and so what was your rating for Willian?
4.
4 out of 10. Yeah, and then Lacazette actually got a few chances. You could see him more than Aubameyang, but he didn't do anything that Darren Bent wouldn't have done. So what are your thoughts on his performance?
I honestly think that the kind of criticism that he gets is a little bit unfair. I think he works very hard for the team.
He does.
So I think that even today, yes, he had a couple of chances that he should do. He's not clinical enough, but no one in Arsenal is clinical enough.
But that's the thing. He's yes, I do make fun of him a lot, but he actually is getting into those positions, and Aubameyang isn't. So if you Aubameyang is people say that he's not getting the service, but Lacazette's showing that there is something there. You have to make the most of it, which he's showing. Unfortunately, he's not finishing it, which he needs to work on. But yeah, I think that's a fair point.
For me, I think that Laka makes great runs, bro. He has great runs. He's just unlucky with his finishing, man.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I thought there were 1 or 2 instances where he was a bit lazy, but that's kind of what you expect from Laka. I thought there was a couple of instances.
I know exactly which one you're talking about. It was that cross that was whipped into the box, and if he was just a little bit he would have. Yeah, I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Yeah, that could have been a goal. But he's showing that if you get into positions, you will get chances with this Arsenal team. That's what he's showing.
Yeah. I think that's exactly what it is. I think that we just have to get there. I think it's just we're just 1 game away from turning it around. I think it's not as bad as. That's why I'm just I'm not terribly disappointed. Yes, it's frustrating to watch, but I'm in hindsight when I'm thinking about it, it's we're just 1 game away. I think we'll be. That's why I'm not terrible. I'm not okay, it's the end of the world. It's not like that for me yet. At least, so maybe it will, but we'll see how that goes. But that's what I'm saying. I think 5.5 from 10 for Laka. I think he did okay just in terms of that aspect. But I think he has to be more clinical, and that's pretty much everyone in Arsenal has to be more clinical. So
5.5 out of 10 for Lacazette, and then Obama blood clot. Yeah.
It's a confidence issue.
Where's my man Troops at?
Since he's been to the US, I don't think Arsenal have won a game, man. They haven't won a Premier League game.
Yeah, I think it's a confidence issue for him. I think that you'd expect some moves from Oba that just go very well, and it hasn't happened this time. It's just unfortunate, but it is what it is. It's a confidence issue. He's one of the best strikers in the Premier League in the world right now. But not right now. But he's not right now. I'm saying not right now. But he's capable, and he's proved that he's good.
There is some issue, man, because there's 2 things I wanted to say. Sorry to cut you off. Was one, what we said about Lacazette, he got into positions Aubameyang didn't. And second, I haven't seen it, but I don't know if you've seen it, but there was some interview he gave before the game, and he just didn't look in place. Apparently, a lot of fans were complaining about that. He just didn't look in the zone.
Yeah. There is something going on, some confidence issues. I don't know if there's something going on in the back room. Hopefully there's nothing going on. But whatever it is, it just doesn't make sense. It's not like Oba. It's unfortunate. He has to do a lot more. He was poor today, a 4.5.
4.5.
It just breaks my heart to give him anything less than a 7 or an 8. But the game requires it. It was. I think I'm actually fair. I think I have to give him a little bit lesser, but just 4.5.
I'd give him a 3, definitely. Almost shit, bro.
But yeah, I think for Don, that's fair enough. 4.5. I didn't expect Don to give a 4.5 to Aubameyang, but
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
guess we have to be respectful of
yeah,
that.
Don's making some good steps there, some fair steps. So I like that. 4.5 out of 10. And Don, just to substitute Danny Ceballos for Partey.
I think on the day, I thought he was an upgrade on Partey. Unfortunately, I mean, I think overall as a player, Partey is much better. But I think on the day, just for the sake of just that game, I thought he was a little bit better. I thought he did a little bit more attacking wise. I think creatively, he has a little bit more of a spark. Not good enough, but I think on the day he was a little bit better. So 6 and 10.
6 and 10, and you're man of the match for Arsenal.
Tierney.
Tierney is man of the match, and
I can respect that.
Yeah, and we clearly know your thoughts. You're not Arteta out, you're Arteta in, but you're rating on Arteta for this specific game.
I think that it's the most challenging time for him now as a coach, as a manager. I think that the way he comes out of this, we'll talk serious big things about his managerial career in general. I think if he decline more, I think that it's going to be a mark on his managerial career as well. It's a big first job to take, and it's not been easy for him. I think he's still done. If you think this is 1 year back around this time is when he was signed, not even a full year yet, but I think he's seen a fair amount of ups and downs in his 1 year of his career. I think he's in a critical time now. I think that he could have done a little bit better tactically, and I think that the decision to play Thomas Partey has to be looked at again. I think overall some work needs to be done. So I'm gonna be very, very critical. I'm gonna give him a 5.5 on 10.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna take a point off just for the fact that I think that Arteta's no, I don't want to swear, but I think that there is a solution, and I know, Donnie, you're gonna agree with me that this man has been frozen out of the Arsenal squad, and this man could be the solution to all your problems. You guys haven't been creating chances like to save your lives. If like I put money on you guys not creating chances, and to have someone like Mesut Ozil come in some games and try to just pull some strings, bro. But you guys, I don't know what the beef is. I don't know what the issue is. I don't know if it's a political thing. I don't know if it's like a beef between Arteta and Ozil thing. But like, man, you're really paying this Donny 350K to sit around and tweet about the games, bro. Like that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and
I agree. Unfortunately, it's just more than footballing reasons. Unfortunately. And I really hope that it doesn't come back, but it is what it is. Yes, at this point, shame on them.
Yeah, definitely. Don, can you still hear us? You were cutting off a bit.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Just like before we end this thing, I just one more question I just wanted to ask. In hindsight, do you think that FA Cup win actually hampered Arteta? Because yes, they won, they played some really good football. We see the potential in the team, but maybe because of that, even the board's like, okay, fine, you don't need that many players. You won the FA Cup. Look, you have the talent, but there's still a lot of deadwood in this team. There's still a lot of deadwood. Some from the Wenger era, some from the Emery era. There's a lot of deadwood. So, do you think in hindsight, this like that false hope that they get, like winning the FA Cup or like like a string of runs, it actually hampers like a manager? And not just Arteta, we've seen Emery as well, seen Wenger as well. Like they have a really good run, fans get excited, but then the club doesn't invest. And whether that's Kroenke or whoever it is who's not giving that backing for that specific time, do you think it's because of this false hope?
Yeah, it is a work in progress. Unfortunately, that the FA Cup makes kind of puts a paper on some of the cracks, unfortunately, and those cracks are now starting to show up again. It's unfortunate, but still a work in progress. I'm not worried. I think that based on one bad month, I think that we can't really judge him. Yes, he's been poor now. I think he'll turn it around. I think we'll be okay.
For me, though, bro, I gotta say though, like, man, your man chatted a lot of shit about Emery, but this is a man's job, and you need experience. You can't come in as some assistant to Pep, who also lost 2-0 to Mourinho. So all I'm saying is that sometimes it's a big boys game, and I think Arteta is finding out that the job is, he got the benefit of the new manager. I have a lot of respect for Arteta, don't get me wrong, I'm talking shit, but like I have a lot of respect for the guy, but I think he's really learning that things are a lot more complicated when you're the head honcho, as opposed to when you're the guy that's doing the technical things and running the drills with the players. And that's what he was really excelling in. He was excelling in a specific facet of that running of that City team. And now he's the guy who's got to do everything. And like you said, there's deadwood to be gotten rid of, players to be inculcated and incorporated. So there's just so many things. And I think really like like it is, like it's a test of fire. We're gonna see if he's able to come through or not. If he's a flash in the pan or if he's the real deal.
Yeah, definitely. It's
I think
really
I
good
scared
points
Don
there.
away.
Yeah, I think we lost Don. But yeah, I think that was my last question anyway. It was a really good episode. I think both of you had some really solid points. Don might get his revenge on you, Zo, after the Manchester derby. Only time can tell. But thank you so much for joining me, Don, as well. If you can hear me, thank you so much for joining me. It was a lot of fun, guys, and hope to see you soon. Take care and a good night.